Let's go!
I'm Mr. Frog. This is my show. I ate the bug. I ate the bug. This is the end. I love you. I thought that new one would be a funny one to kick off. But in all actuality, like, this is really how I feel about the news today. I will, I'll get to the intro in just a second. But I woke up. It's 9:40 something in the morning. I have a headache. I go to get some medicine. I grab my phone just to see what's going on Twitter. And then I see Microsoft to acquire Activision Blizzard. And then immediately I just went,
hey, yo, what the fuck?
Like,
excuse me, what? Excuse me, the fuck did you just say? What the actual fuck did you just say to me right now?
I could not comprehend any of this news. What the hell is going on? Just what the hell, man? Like, I'm an absolute mess of a human being, and I have been since 9 o'clock. I went on with RJ, and I thought, okay, get this out of my system. Everything will be good. Nope. I'm still just, I have not been able to cope with this since the news dropped, dude, because it feels like we're in some fantasy land, and I just can't. All right. Well, hello to the members of the metaverse. It's JP here, back again with some semi-breaking news. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Microsoft bought Activision, Blizzard, and King. We're going to break down a lot of stuff. This news dropped at 9 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, but I'm going to address the chat real quick because I see some people watching here. What's going on? We got Donovan, and I saw we have TW in the chat. I'm going to get to his comments in just a moment. I'm going to read Donovan's and break it down because Donovan had a lot to say about this. Donovan says, it is definitely a surprise at least, but I am wondering and currently hearing many concerns about the wilder ramifications regarding this, because many are saying that this could not hurt the gaming industry. And I know people have these preconceived fears. Just look at former Sony president Sean Layden, and his voice is concerns about this happening more frequently. And I don't know if it's just from a place of fear, because we don't know what will happen down the line, because as we as a species are creatures of habit, so we fear the unknown. But all I can say, and I'm not pretending to know the absolute ramifications long term, but it is a shock to say the least, and I can only hope that something extremely positive can come from this. Also adding me, I quickly looked online, and yes, every first party, which could include big Blizzard titles, will in fact be coming to PC as well, eating good as a PC player as of late. That's true. Also, I am still coping with that hell of a Moon Knight trailer. Okay, yeah. Yesterday, okay, did a lot of clothes shopping, a lot of pop culture tight shirts. Okay, that's nice, man. That's nice. And also, with many bringing PlayStation into the fold, people mockingly from Force AEW saying now they're a dead man walking from Frost. Saying dead man, but with me, they'll be fine with their exclusives. Getting into PC game as a late to rival Microsoft Xbox PC presence, which is healthy competition in my eyes and could yield a lot of good on both fronts. Donovan had a lot to say. Given the start of news, let's see. Yeah, you'll have to. Yeah, community college comes first, my dude. As of right now, God of War still a top seller on Steam, along with Dying Light 2, which even isn't out yet. Number 5 is Elden Ring. Yep, that's true. That's true. March is going to be a good month for us. But I wonder, Meta, and this could be, I wonder the new PS Game Pass could entice PlayStation sooner than later or not, just bring the new first parties. But there are first parties to PC sooner than later, years down the line. They bring. Okay, so I'm going to be covering all of this, right? And TW says, JP, as soon as I saw the news, I was like, what will JP think of this? I Oh man. Yes, Donovan, we're going to be covering all of that, my dude. You had a lot to say at the beginning, though, and I wanted to cover all of that. But to answer, okay, we're again breaking down all of it. Breakdown. I got to get that as a clip. Breakdown. Uh, like, I mean, like, I don't.
was smoking to my freaking head and shit, man. Not at all, man. Man, I don't know what to think no more, man.
Okay, let's de-escalate. No one's messing with your head.
Get out of me
Nobody's messing with your head.
Get out of me
Let's just
head,
put
man.
nobody's messing with your head, man.
Nobody's messing with
My head. Get out of my head. Get out of my
my head. You're my head. Let me show my head. Get my head.
like, get out of my head, man. I can't even with this, dude. There's so much news. There is so much news covering this that I am going to try to find all of it, right? Like I am literally going to try to find all of it. I'm going to see if I can pull up a New York Times article without it asking for me to subscribe. Let's see if I can do that. And there it goes. Yeah, collapse that shit. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna fuck, man. That's a lot. Okay. I just can't with this, dude. Okay. And hopefully we'll be having some people join us sooner than later, but hi Cherie. I'm so glad that you could just pop in just to say hi to us. I do love when you appear on the streams, and yeah, this is so I'll start by saying this. And RJ said this on his stream, and I will repeat it verbatim because it's absolutely true. This is the equivalent to Disney buying 20th Century Fox because it was for the damn near, if not the exact same amount. Now, that's not accurate. It's not 70 billion. It's 68 point something billion, but still it's close enough to where you can round it up to 70 billion. But yeah, Microsoft will buy Activision Blizzard, betting 70 billion on the future of games. Microsoft plans to buy the powerhouse but troubled video game company Activision Blizzard for nearly $70 billion. It's the biggest deal ever and one that places a major bet that people will be spending more and more time in the digital world. The blockbuster acquisition announced on Tuesday would catapult the company into a leading spot in the $175 billion gaming industry. Games on virtually every kind of device, from bulky consoles to smartphones, have gained even greater popularity during the pandemic. Technology companies are swarming around the industry looking for a bigger share of attention and money from the world's 3 billion gamers. The world has 3 billion gamers. $175 billion industry. Don't tell me games don't print money. What other news is there, for God's sake? All right. Let me see. An industry driven by big franchises, Activision makes some of the most popular titles of all time, including Call of Duty and Candy Crush. Yet the company has been roiled in recent months by an employee revolt over an accusation of sexual harassment and discrimination. Oh, Jesus Christ. Microsoft framed the deal as strengthening the company's hand in the so-called metaverse.
I'm jiggling with rage.
Like, really, dude? The metaverse? Oh, my God. Just...
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Here we go again. They doing it to me again, dude. The nascent world of virtual and augmented reality. The metaverse has attracted huge amounts of investment and talent through, though so far it's more of a buzzword than a thriving business. Facebook renamed its parent company to Meta.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
I'm mad about all of this. Late last year to underscore its commitment. But the focus on the futuristic metaverse belays the significance of the deal in the present. The acquisition helps Microsoft gain on its rival Sony in the long-running battle of gamers' attentions and wallets by offering top titles. It also helps the software giants stay ahead of powerful newer competition in gaming like Amazon and Google. Phil Spencer, the chief executive of Microsoft's gaming business, said that whether the metaverse may end up being, gaming will be at the forefront of making that mainstream. For now, he said the acquisition was about gaining a stronghold in mobile gaming where Microsoft barely competes, and a studio that produces hugely popular games he called Call of Duty one of the amazing franchises on the planet. It prints money. Call of Duty absolutely prints money for people. No, TW. That's what RJ read. I'm reading this one because it's more recent. All right, Tree, that's fine. I hope you have a good work day. But no, I'm good, dude. I'm gonna read this one. Because there is a lot more to this one. Anyway, federal regulators may raise concerns about the acquisition as Democrats and Republicans alike have pushed to limit the power of technology giants. On Tuesday, the Justice Department and Federal Trade Commission announced a new effort to broaden how it should determine if deals are anti-competitive. Microsoft is valued at more than $2.3 trillion, second only to Apple. The takeover of Activision would make Microsoft the world's third largest gaming company by revenue, behind Tencent and Sony. The company said Microsoft now makes Xbox consoles and owns studios that produce hits like Minecraft. The game industry has been consolidating rapidly. A force behind that, and one that could grab the attention of regulators, is the arms race of exclusive content. Microsoft sometimes makes the games it owns available only on its own devices, such as its Xbox console, and unavailable on those made by competitors like Sony's PlayStation. When asked whether Activision games like Call of Duty would become exclusive to Xbox, Mr. Spencer would say that our goal is to allow the content to reach as many players as possible. Microsoft has been hunting for ways to spend its immense cash reserve, more than $130 billion, to expand its consumer business. It has looked at acquiring the booming social network TikTok and popular chat app Discord. Dude, if Microsoft bought TikTok and Discord, I would not know what to do with myself. I would absolutely lose my fucking mind. I know that PlayStation has like a deal with Discord right now, so that's a whole other thing. But anyway, in Activision, which faces accusations that senior executives ignored sexual harassment and discrimination, Microsoft found a target under the stress. The allegations have weighed on Activision, and with its shares falling 27% since California sued the company in July over the claims, the game maker's shares rose more than 25% in trading on Tuesday. Microsoft shares fell by 2%. And yeah, it should also be known that Blizzard and Activision members of staff have been, protesting and striking for about 2 weeks now. And there's a lot to break down with that. The transaction may be seen as a victory for Bobby Kotick, Activision's longtime chief executive, whom some critics had sought to force out over the controversy. Mr. Kotick negotiated a big premium for investors. Microsoft is paying $95 a share, roughly 45% above his company's stock price before the announcement, though only slightly more than the trading price before the scandal broke. Mr. Kotick will stay in his role until the deal is complete. Then the expectation is that he will step down as chief executive, though he could move into an advisory role, according to two people with knowledge of his plans, who would speak only anonymously because the talks were private. So Bobby Kotick, the man behind all of the controversy and scandal, the man who ran Activision into the literal ground, he could either take his ball and go home, and he really should, because that's going to be a fat F-A-T, all capital letters, fat payday. That is a fat payday. Or he could stay in and be an advisor, but I do not see that happening. Personally, this is meta speaking. I do not see that happening. I see him taking his ball and going home and retiring on some private island. Oh, the controversy at Activision began last summer when a California employment agency sued the company over accusations of fostering a toxic workplace culture in which women were routinely sexually harassed and discriminated against. In the ensuing months, employees staged protests, launched social media campaigns, and called for executives to resign. Some top leaders at Activision did leave, including J. Allen Brack, the head of Blizzard Entertainment subsidiary, and the company pledged $250 million toward increasing employee diversity and said it would strengthen anti-harassment policies. But when Wall Street Journal reported in November that Mr. Kotick had known for years about accusations of harassment against employees and in some cases had not taken action, calls for his resignation only grew. Doing a deal with Activision is something of an about face for Microsoft, which as recently as November was questioning the company's culture. In an email to Xbox employees that was earlier reported on by Bloomberg and confirmed by the company, Mr. Spencer wrote in November that he was disturbed and deeply troubled by the horrific events and actions at Activision. On Tuesday, he appeared alongside Mr. Kotick to praise the deal, and Mr. Kotick said that he felt the two companies had similar values and think about our culture similarly. Kotick, go fuck yourself. I'm going to just say it right now. Go fuck yourself. Microsoft and Phil Spencer, from what I have heard and seen, actually have a great workplace culture under the Microsoft Xbox banner. So don't you dare say that you have the same values when you've been treating your employees like crap. Anyway, Mr. Spencer said Microsoft sat down with Bobby and the team and looked at the plan that they had in place, adding that company culture was always a work in progress. We are very supportive of the progress that he and the team are making, which is barely none at all. I would guarantee that. Current and former Activision employees who have been leading the efforts to get the company to reform its culture did not think the purchase was likely to prompt change in the short term, especially because the sale may face a long review from regulators. The deal could take 12 to 18 months to close, Mr. Spencer said. We will continue to fight for improvement and stress proper employment representation, said Jessica Gonzalez, a former Activision employee and one of the organizers of a better ABK activist movement. She added that this doesn't change anything. Yeah, Bobby is now secure in his position for at least 2 years. The biggest wait-and-see union bust effort ever. We press on as if nothing happened. The course isn't altered over this news. Game companies flush with cash since the pandemic increased the industry's profits have been consolidating rapidly. The previous record for the biggest merger in the game industry was set just last week when Take-Two Interactive creator and games like Grand Theft Auto announced plans to buy the mobile game publisher Zynga for more than $11 billion. Microsoft literally looked at Take-Two and said, hold my beer, basically. Last year, EA and Take-Two engaged in a bidding war over Codemasters, a racing game company, eventually selling to EA for $1.2 billion. Microsoft made another splashy purchase in 2020 when it bought ZeniMax Media and its slate of gaming studios for $7.5 billion. They only bought Bethesda and everything for 7.5, and they bought Activision for 70. That is insane to me. Activision itself was the product of serial deal making by Mr. Kotick over decades, rolling up smaller game studios. It took shape into its current form when Activision, then known primarily for producing titles for traditional gaming consoles, agreed to combine with the gaming unit of France's Vendidi, I don't know, to expand onto multiplayer online games like World of Warcraft. Activision later bought King, the European gaming company behind Candy Crush, to expand into mobile games. King produced $1 billion in operating profit during the last 12-month period. This is absolutely insane. Sony is not going to buy Konami, Donovan. They don't have the funds. They don't have the funds that Microsoft does. Microsoft has FU money. Sony don't have FU money. They really don't. That's why they make their purchases very precise and, accurate. Microsoft doesn't have to do that. Microsoft can literally go up to like a company, hey, we want to buy you. Here's the money, like throws it in their face. They can do that. They can get away with that. That's just how they are. Scale truly is a tremendous benefit in the world of gaming, said Hope Cochran, King's former chief financial officer, who is now a managing director at Madarona Venture Group. You want to build a community, and you need enough people to build it. Activision's gaming efforts are facing headwinds. Players panned the most recent Call of Duty because it sucked, and releases of titles like Diablo and Overwatch have been delayed because Blizzard just doesn't know how to profit. Like, that's the other thing. Blizzard is so, like, it's going to be interesting. Activision remains quite profitable, reporting $639 million in profits in its most recent quarter. Mr. Kotick characterized the deal as a calculation that Activision did not have the tools to keep up with big tech companies like Google, Apple, Amazon, and Tencent in the rapidly evolving gaming landscape. We realized it was going to be an increasingly competitive world with resources that we just didn't have, he said. Oh, my Lord. Is that it? I don't think that's it. That feels like it feels like it doesn't feel like the end. But anyway, irregardless, you know, this is just insane to me. This is absolutely nuts. Now, I also want to say this. Like, hold on. Okay. I know where I want to start now. Oh, I know where I want to pick up at. I mean, so let's start off with this, right? Let's start off with this point. Microsoft doing this. It is the biggest acquisition in gaming, and it's definitely the biggest acquisition of the year. Nothing is going to top this. But yeah, no, to answer your point, Donovan, in more detail now, Sony is not going to buy Konami. What they will end up doing, though, if anything, is they're going to work out relationship deals to where companies like Square Enix, Sega, mostly through their Sega subsidiary companies, but Square Enix, Sega, Konami, they're going to work closely with Sony because they're all Japanese companies, and they're going to work on exclusive titles for them, basically. So Persona is going to stay exclusive. I could see, Metal Gear, Castlevania, Silent Hill, and there's supposed to be a new Silent Hill in development. I've heard rumors there are supposed to be a new Silent Hill game. But anyway, where does that leave Microsoft in terms of being able to do this? Because let's be honest, folks. Let's be honest here. Hey, look, it doesn't look like it should be legal, and that's why we're going to look this up. I'm pulling up my boy's Twitter here, Mr. Rythian. This is my boy here. But I wanted to show this because he's right about this. Here's the difference. Out of the top 10 biggest publishers in revenue, no order, Microsoft owns 3 of them. Biggest publishers in gaming are Tencent Studios, Bandai Namco, Rock, NetEase, Capcom, Xbox Game Studio. They own 3 out of the 10 biggest companies in gaming. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. For all intents and purposes, that's almost 1/3 of the major. He's right. My boy is absolutely 100% right. Like, my bad, man. My signal might be going in and out. I'm trying to process all of this. Oh, there should be, but here's the thing that I shared, right? And I'll pull up my Twitter again. Let me actually go to my Twitter, though. Like my home Twitter. There we go. I shared this a moment ago. Well, I published a lot of stuff. I shared a lot of stuff, but Yeah, Bobby's going to be gone after. That's the big thing. Bobby's going to be gone after that. But suffering succotash. Am I not going to be able to find the damn thing? Is my question here. Another thing that I've been retweeting him a lot right now because he's absolutely right. Like Sony Greenlight, SOCOM, Killzone, Mag, and Resistance right now because you're royally fucked without COD. They're gonna get COD though. COD's gonna yeah, I'll go ahead and pull my screen back up now because I'm gonna go ahead and pull my screen back up because this here is another one. Further from Phil Spencer on exclusivity issue, I'll just say to players out there who are playing Activision Blizzard games on Sony's platform, it's not our intent to pull communities away from that platform, and we remain committed to that. So I think, and I've been saying this, yeah, Activision Blizzard games are enjoyed on a variety of platforms, and we plan to continue to support those communities moving forward. Which what this potentially means. Examples: Crash and Spyro will remain multi-platform regardless of buyout, and that makes sense to that effect. Okay, that's just me being stupid. Yeah, and also Sony will still publish Activision Blizzard titles in Asia on PlayStation. That's also interesting to me. And then of course there's the memes. They're the memes. Yeah, Bobby Kotick is expected to leave once the Activision deal is done. Yes. He also said this. My boy said this today. PlayStation Studio titles need to be available on Spartacus day one. All PS1 to PS5, PSP to PSTV, and PSVR titles published by them need to be there too. Otherwise, it's going to be another failure compared to Xbox Game Pass. I agree with this. I agree with all of this. Some sentiments I've heard from Activision Blizzard employees today: optimism about management changes and the positive culture at several Xbox-owned studios, fury towards Microsoft for giving Bobby Kotick a big payday and soft exit, determination to keep organized. So, I feel like some Blizzard stuff will remain. Yes, and I talked about this with RJ a bit, Donovan. Basically, this is $70 billion, right? Like, here's my thing with it. I think that if they want to play this game with exclusivity, and I don't know if they will or not. But what they could do is, if they want to, they could pull the card that PlayStation. Because here's the thing: Call of Duty is one of the biggest, highest selling games on PlayStation, right? Microsoft would be dumb. Would be so dumb to just absolutely ignore that fan base and just keep it exclusive, which, yeah, having COD be exclusive would be insane, but you're also missing out on a lot of money. Now, this is what I wanted to bring up earlier, and I'm going to, this is the unfortunate thing about the politics of all of it. It'll be a cold day in hell before Joe Biden's FTC does anything about monopolies, let alone in entertainment. Disney and Microsoft and all these other giants are going to go around gobbling up all the IP they want, and no one's going to check in. Reagan era never stopped. I see people asking if antitrust law is going to care, and clearly the answer is no. Didn't care about Fox, didn't care about Bethesda, and they certainly won't care about ABK. And meanwhile, fans online celebrate how cool it'd be if Banjo and Crash had a crossover. Microsoft was once the poster child for antitrust lawsuits in tech, but under Satya Nadella's leadership, Microsoft has made several potentially monopoly-scale acquisitions without even a blink from U.S. regulators. They've gotten smarter. Regulators in the EU might slow down the ABK process, but they certainly won't stop it. Under Nadella, we have seen successful acquisitions of GitHub, LinkedIn, and Bethesda go through regulation desk without inquiry. This will be no different. And so it just makes sense that we immediately pivot to discussing what this means for Game Pass, for PlayStation, for the metaverse. I hate that so much. For the richness of Microsoft's IP catalog, because we know that this is happening no matter what. When Microsoft sets its eyes on a company, they do everything they can to ensure the deal will clear before announcing their intent. That means they have very much done the antitrust legwork on this, and they know it will be fine. So that's the other thing, right? Well, it is a very thin ice, Donovan, but it is absolutely, well, it's the same thing with movie talk, right? Like, how many times have, my fellow members of the menagerie talked about WB and the Discovery merger? It's the same thing. The FTC has to approve it. And what she's saying is that Biden's administration just is not going to even look. They're going to look it over once, give the okay, and let Microsoft acquire Activision. To be fair, there hasn't been the presidential candidate that focuses on monopolies like this in a very, very, very long while. It's just how it is. Like, my God, man, this is just absolutely nuts. I'm still pulling up because I've reshared a lot of stuff that I want to show on here. Not the Cuphead trailer, though. Here we go. Is this it? Is this it? There we go. My boy also said, well, this is it. They have hit their limit. If they were to acquire any other major publisher, it would either be blocked by the government or they'd be forced to get rid of a chunk of the company. Given the combined revenue from all three publishers, they are now a monopoly. And they are. They absolutely are. Microsoft cannot buy, at least through the regulations of through the apparent regulations of our government, they should not be able to purchase any more studios. Let's see if that stops them, though. That's the other question here. I want to see if I can find, but yeah. So it seems like here's what's happening. Obviously, the deal is going to be in the works to go through. Bobby Kotick will be out of office after the acquisition, if and when the acquisition goes through. And on top of that, it seems that not all of Activision's games are going to be exclusive to Microsoft. And again, I think that is for the best. Microsoft needs to have Activision they can pick and choose which ones they want to be exclusive, but I think they need to make a lot of these like multi-platform. There's your heart, Donovan. I accidentally did that, and now I lost my point. Damn it. I was going to read that. Oh, yeah, I thought this was funny. No one expects the Microsoft acquisition. My deal was worth $70 billion. Can you believe it? $70 billion. My deal was worth $8 billion. $8 billion. Mine was just only 2.5. You guys got billions? They bought Rare for the cheap. They did Rare dirty, too. They did Rare so dirty. It's nuts. All right, let me scroll down again to this because it's a fascinating point. Yeah. I want to see if my screen's being seen. Yeah, it is. Okay. A reminder of the approach that Microsoft is taking towards gaming, which is informing its M&A strategy. As the value of IP content and talent grows, the Xbox business is placing its bets on ensuring it can increase the value of Game Pass and reach all players across all devices. So you'll be able to basically play games literally anywhere. And yeah, this is the other thing right here. One thing that hasn't been mentioned much, Activision has started to bring all of its IPs to mobile. It owns King and is building internal mobile studios. Xbox is using cloud to reach mobile for its HD games. Both are working with partners to create mobile games. Mobile is the largest segment in gaming, with nearly 95% of all players globally enjoying games on mobile. Though great teams and great technology, Microsoft and Activision Blizzard will empower players to enjoy the most immersive franchises like Halo and Warcraft virtually anywhere they want. And with games like Candy Crush, Activision Blizzard's mobile business represents a significant presence and opportunity for Microsoft in this fast-growing segment. Like, this is nuts. And yeah, only way Sony can counter Bethesda and Activision is to merge with Nintendo. No other publisher would be able to do as much damage, but they're not going to do it. And yeah, Jason Schreier was basically saying that this could have some. Yeah, I've been hitting copium all day. Dude. Like, this has just been absolutely nuts. Oh man. No, I understand though, Donovan. I understand those gripes, and I'm not even saying that they are not well founded either, because they more than likely are. She is, but yeah, this Satya Nadella, the person who's running Microsoft right now, yeah, she is she on this? She is not. She is not on here, but that's the so yeah, that's the Microsoft power chain of command. Yeah, this deal won't close until 2023. Which means for the rest of 2022, Activision is going to be still on its own. And of course, the government has to again approve everything. I'm trying to find. The company was founded in 1979. This is one of the oldest gaming companies in America. Just saying, guys. Like, I'm just saying, this is massive. Oh my god, dude. Like, I just can't. Microsoft going to be purchasing Activision. When that happens, Bobby Kotick is going to take a fat payday and leave, but he can stay as an advisor if he wishes to. I don't see him doing that, though, because of all the hot water he's in. On top of that, just like with Bethesda, Xbox is going to be deciding what games can be exclusive and what games won't be. I think that they will make children's games and COD be multi-plat, as well as like WoW and all that stuff. I think that Overwatch, like games that you can keep getting games that keep making money no matter where they are need to stay multi-plat, because you want to make as much bank as possible, and you absolutely will, because COD prints money. It just does. It just prints money. Whether you like it or not, man. Whether you like it or not. Overwatch prints money. World of Warcraft. I almost said Doom, but Doom does, Doom is a good franchise, but Diablo, the new Diablo game is something that everyone's looking forward to. Like, just a lot going on. Let me. But yeah, just this is nuts, man. This is absolutely nuts. What was this? Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, so we're going to do this now before I decide to, to head off. Because this is everything right now, man. Okay. Here's everything Microsoft owns after the Activision Blizzard deal. The buying spree that began with Minecraft crest with Call of Duty. Microsoft's $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard does not give the maker of Xbox and the home of Halo control of everything significant in console gaming. Sony still stands apart with its strong, stable PlayStation exclusives, while EA, Take-Two, and Ubisoft continue to jockey for positions across all platforms. Anyway, here's what they own. They own Halo, Gears of War, Minecraft, Hellblade, State of Decay, Wasteland, Double Fine, and Obsidian Adventures. They own Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, Wolfenstein, and Doom. And now Call of Duty, Diablo, Overwatch, Warcraft, Spyro. Like, let me see if I can pull this up as a picture, Let me see if I can pull this up as a picture here. This is what they own now. This is everything they own. Xbox Game Studios. They have now access to Treyarch, Raven, High Moon, Beanox, Sledgehammers, Infinity Ward, Demonware, and Toys for Bob. On top of 343 Industries, World's Edge, The Coalition, Compulsion Games, Double Fine, Xbox Game Studios themselves, The Initiative, and Exile, Undead Labs, Rare. I need to zoom in actually because I can't see everything. Turn 10, Rare, Playground Games, Obsidian Entertainment, Ninja Theory, Mojang, Bethesda, ZeniMax Online, id, Arcane, Machine Games, Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. That is 31. 31 game studios. 31 game studios.
I'll take your entire stock.
Literally Microsoft right now. Literally Microsoft. I will take your entire stock. But 31 game studios, guys.
Oh, yeah. One more thing.
Like, just go ahead and just shoot, bruh. Xbox's daddy. Don't you dare.
You cheeky dick waffle.
No. Just absolutely not, man. I cannot with this. And everyone's saying that PlayStation needs to do what Microsoft's doing. No, they don't. We do not need to live in a world where this is a thing, right? I just cannot. This is a lot to take in, man. This is so much. I cannot. Yeah, this is This is a lot. This is so much, man. This is going to take a minute to process. But anyway, that's everything that I think I need to cover. If I've missed anything, I apologize. I did, read an entire article from New York Times here. Trying to fill in the void, and all that. This is absolutely nuts. This is absolutely insane. It's still just January. It's still just January, and so much pop culture news has happened. I'm speechless. I got nothing. I got nothing. Like, I got nothing, dude. And on that note, yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. I want to thank everyone for joining us. And before I go, Xbox needs so many 4 terabyte hard drives. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. Phil is IRL Thanos. Like, oh my God, dude. No, and well, that's just not gonna happen. Here's the thing, though, Donovan. Think of this: Activision made a lot of Marvel games. Made a lot of Marvel games in the past. And Activision was going to remaster Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time until that stopped. So if all of the new Marvel games, or if in some it's going to create their own Marvel universe, I could see them trying to remaster these old games to get some of that Marvel money too, Like, that's just something I could see possibly happening with Microsoft. Hashtag remaster Spidey. It's his 60th anniversary after all. But anyway, yeah, on that note, guys, I'm done. I'm gonna head off into the sunset now to still cope with everything that is happening right now. But I want to thank everyone in the panel for joining me, TW and Donovan for God, I hope so. I hope so too, man. I want to thank you, Donovan and TW and everyone for stopping by, and thank you all for watching this video. If you like what you saw, please, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'd appreciate it. We're almost to 50 subscribers, and that makes me incredibly thankful and happy that I've even made it to 50, because Jesus Christ, I don't think I deserve that. But yeah, and of course, you can also find me on Twitter at @themostmeta. And if you want to have a talk with me about this or anything really relatively gaming, I'm more than happy to have a conversation with y'all. But yeah, on that note, I want to end with how we always end it, which is here in the metaverse: we realize the past, enjoy the present, and embrace the future. And I cannot wait to embrace all of you on the next stream, on the next time that we're all together. All of you merry members of the metaverse. But until then, good night, stay safe. And I'll see y'all next time. And yeah, peace out, y'all. Oh, wait, oh yeah, one more thing.
Suck a dick, dumb shits.
Suck a dick, dumb shits.
Suck a dick, dumb shits. Wait, so long. Thanks for the memories, and don't forget to suck a dick, dumb shits.
Suck a dick, dumb